Shalom Ubrach and welcome back, Rabbi. So we are holding Miketz, Parshas Miketz, Chamishi. We are holding Chamishi. It's got to be strong. Chamishi already is where the Ilam. Tired. I don't want to do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do 2 tomorrow. I'll do 3 on Friday. All right, so we got to be strong and let's go. So Parshas Miketz, Chamishi, Yosef HaTzadik now tells the brothers that he's going to provide food for all of them. However, one brother has to remain until the younger brother that you claim is alive, you bring him down and you prove to me that you guys are not spies. The brothers realize that they're being punished. It's amazing. The first thing that came to their mind, obviously we are being punished for what we did to Yosef all of those years ago. Anyways, while this is happening, Yosef hears and understands everything they're saying, and he gets very emotional. He hears the brother saying, you know why this is happening? This is why it's happening, because all those days, we went in Yosef HaTzadik when we sold him. He wasn't Yosef HaTzadik back then, he was Yosef. But he gets very emotional, so he runs into his private chamber, and he cries, and he wipes himself off, he comes back, and he takes Shimon. He's the one that's going to remain in prison, in jail. And obviously, take a look yourself. This is beyond the scope of this year. Why Shimon was the one that was taken, why not anybody else? But I'll go upon him. And there's a lot of midrashim exactly how they were able to take him. Shimon was a powerhouse. So, like, how did you take him? They had him surrounded with the elite guard and everything. It wasn't so much, but take a look at the medrash. Anyways, he gives them all food and he puts the money back in their bags. In other words, it was free, no charge. And on the way back, they discover the money. And they're like, oh, here we go. And the Torah says they get very nervous. When they finally come back to their father Yaakov, they tell him everything that happened. This was unexpected, but the king ended up all craziness that happened. And Yaakov was like, oh boy, what's going to happen now? They open up all the bags, and it wasn't just one person's money that was found. They all had their money back. Yaakov responds like, what's going to happen now? Like, you want to take Binyamin, like Binyamin has to go back now. That's the only way we're getting more food. If the king said, if you don't bring Binyamin to prove that we're not spies, then you're not coming back for food. Yaakov's like, what? Well, Yosef is gone. Now Shimon is gone. You want to take Binyamin also? From my beloved, from Rachel. Right? Yosef and Binyamin were the children of Rachel. Like, what's going on over here? So Reuven comes and he steps in and he tries to convince Yaakov to allow him to take Binyamin. It's fascinating what his taina is. There's a lot to talk about over there. Yaakov obviously does not agree. And a while later, after their food runs out, Yaakov finally says to the Shvatim, you got to go down, we need food. Yehuda said, we can't go down, we're wasting our time unless we bring Binyamin. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Yaakov gets upset. He's like, why did you guys tell him about Binyamin? Why did you tell him there was another brother? It's a good thing they didn't ask him to find Yosef. Go find the one that's missing. Anyways, they answered that they were being interrogated. What should we do? There's nothing we could do. So Yehuda says that he's going to take charge. He's going to take charge. And he's going to give up his entire Elam Haba. His Elam Haba if he doesn't return. So rest assured I will return him because I'm not giving up my Elam Haba, my Shraklin. Yaakov finally agrees and he says that when you bring more, when you go, you're going to bring money to the king. You're going to bring some good stuff to him. Don't bring the rum, powder of black chocolate to your host for Shabbos. Rather, instead, bring to the king the good stuff, the colored candy, maybe cook a good bottle of wine. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. But anyways, all jokes aside, Yaakov tells him, bring some good stuff to the king, try to appease him, and he leaves them off with a bracha. That is the end of this aliyah. I just want to say one thing. I think it's probably going a little bit longer than I'm supposed to, but just it's an amazing thing that years and years later, the brothers still remembered what they have to do tshuva on. They still remembered what was going on. Like, oh, Weistais, this is because Yosef was taken. Because all those years ago we did something wrong. It's amazing. Just to keep in mind, sometimes it's good to make a cheshbon nefesh in your life. To know. You have to know what's going on. Think a little bit exactly where you have to change, what perhaps this could be because of. It's a crazy thing that after so many years they were still holding like, okay, we obviously did something wrong all those years ago. Okay, what to think about. Rabbi, have a wonderful day and atzloch gidoyle.